Welcome to Conversations. I'm Suresh Kocharal. The elections to Jammu and Kashmir Assembly has been announced. Well, it's still a union territory with a state assembly, just like Delhi, but yet to get a full statehood. Well, that's something that Rahul Gandhi has been promising. In his meetings that were held in the state capital, Rahul Gandhi has been telling everyone that he would get a statehood for Jammu and Kashmir. One fails to understand how can a party that is in the opposition do this. But that's the Congress's game plan. The elections, as I said, to the state of Jammu and Kashmir has been announced, and the political parties there are getting ready for the votes. A slew of promises are being made, and with Rahul Gandhi promising a statehood, and even the Farooq Abdullah promising that they would get back the Article 370 if they are voted to power. Well, how can a state government bring back Article 370? Well, that's for Farooq Abdullah to clarify. But what is the bigger game plan for Congress, National Conference combined? What is PDP planning to do? Is it a game plan to fuel separatism again in the valley? The revocation of Article 370 has hurt Congress and the National Conference badly, along with Mehbooba Mufti's party. They have been all put in the kind of a side burner right now till the elections were announced. Now they are back saying that they will bring back 370 if voted to power. Well, they need to get voted at the center and not the state. That's the difference. National Conference President Farooq Abdullah actually announced on Thursday that his party, the National Conference, and the Congress have finalized an alliance, along with, of course, the CPM thrown in, for the 90 seats of the three-phase Jammu and Kashmir Assembly elections. The elections will be held on September 18th, 25th, and October the 1st. The decision followed discussion with Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge and leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, who were in the state for a two-day visit. And of course, Abdullah confirmed that the alliance, which includes CPM, God knows why and where they got in, will contest all the 90 seats in Jammu and Kashmir. Of course, he said that there's a lot of paperwork to be done, but everything will be finalized by Thursday night, and I think it was done. And the National Conference and Congress will work together to try and win the state again. Well, that's easier said than done, because we know what happened to the Abdullahs in the Lok Sabha elections of 2024. In fact, Farooq Abdullah also signaled that he has an open door for further collaborations with any other parties or individuals who may come in. He also expressed optimism that restoration of the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir would be happen. Well, that is, as I said before, just not possible. And that was actually lost after the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. And of course, the entire state was bifurcated into two regions, two union territories, Ladakh and of course Jammu and Kashmir. The priority of the Congress and also the dotted alliance is to restore Jammu and Kashmir statehood as soon as possible. And of course, Rahul Gandhi keeps saying that again and again and again. He always says that he will get it before the elections. He had hoped, but that never happened. But then Rahul claims that at least the announcement is a positive step to restoring the democracy in the state. One thought India was a democracy. I don't know where Rahul Gandhi felt there was no democracy in Jammu and Kashmir. Of course, Rahul also alleged that he had heard and seen union territories being converted into states, but then Jammu and Kashmir is an exception. Jammu and Kashmir, he said, is the first state that was downgraded to a union territory despite being a state earlier. Of course, Mr. Rahul Gandhi doesn't know that the state sits in a very sensitive area, one side of Pakistan and the Leh Ladakh side towards China. And that is why what was done by the Modi government. Of course, Mallikarjun Kharge said that the BJP claims that the terrorism has been wiped out from Jammu and Kashmir, but they say they are all back again. But then Mr. Kharge needs to look into the mirror and look at the actual number of terror incidents during the UPA 1 and 2 rule in the state. He will get an answer for that. The Congress party seems to be caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. And the National Conference is insisting on another important point. having talks with our arch enemy, Pakistan, which is actually sending terrorists to Jammu and Kashmir. How can you talk to a nation that is sponsoring terrorism? Mr. Farooq Abdullah and of course Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Since this entire thing can backfire in the rest of the country, Rahul and his party are maintaining a studied silence, at least diplomatically. On the other hand, BJP of course has got into the act, albeit a bit late. They have thrown in two Telugu netas who will be leading the charge as a part of what is now called Mission Kashmir. The BJP, which is hopeful of forming its first ever government, which looks doubtful in this case, in the Union Territory, has moved in Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy and Ram Madhav, one from Telangana, the other from Andhra. Both of them old Kashmir hands, having dealt with the crucial electoral battles earlier and also the politics before Article 370. The BJP leadership deputed both Kishan Reddy as the election in charge and Ram Madhav as a co-poll in charge, which is why it's certainly surprising because I thought Ram Madhav was more senior than Kishan Reddy. Anyway, BJP has deputed both of them to help the party win in what promises to be an extremely tough election. We know that in the past, Kishan Reddy, as a former Minister of State for Home under Amit Shah ji, had worked closely with the Kashmiri minorities, various groups, and helped with many voter registrations across the country because the Pandits could vote from anywhere. The BJP is, of course, aiming to secure maximum seats in the 90-seat assembly. But then that is easier said than done because more than half of the seats are in the valley, the Kashmir valley, where BJP did not even contest the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. The BJP, of course, is primarily relying on the votes of the minority Hindu community in Jammu area, where we are seeing a resurgence of the terror incidents. Kishan Reddy, of course, has the requisite experience having worked in Kashmir earlier, Jammu Kashmir that is, and the BJP leadership feels that he can be a big help at this crucial time to win at least a respectable number of seats. In fact, before coming here, Kishan Reddy took part in several high-level discussions along with Union Minister Amit Shah and the party National President JP Nadda in Delhi. These discussions were what finally led Kishan Reddy and Ram Madhav being moved to the Jammu and Kashmir area to help BJP win a respectable number of seats, as I said earlier. In fact, in the previous elections, BJP had won 25 seats in the Jammu region, which we all know is home to many Hindu communities. But the delay in resettling Kashmiri Pandits is proving to be a big problem for the BJP. And Kishan Reddy has been told to focus on the Jammu area, and that is extremely important, where the party believes that it can secure a significant vote share and of course a number of seats again. This is despite the fact that some of the Hindu groups have distanced themselves from the BJP because of various reasons. The primary reason, of course, one of them being that the Kashmiri Pandits were never resettled properly, despite all the tall talk of the BJP. The BJP, of course, is making efforts, concerted efforts to make sure that reconnect with all these groups. On the other hand, we have Ram Madhav, who was a key person in forming the PDP-BJP coalition government, if we can remember that, way back in 2015, after a hung assembly in the 2014 elections. He was considered the architect of the alliance with his appointment. He was sidelined, after which, for some strange reason, now he's back after a long break, and that appears to be a strategic move, that the party is keen to utilize his knowledge of the region, which is very in-depth. Ram Madhav, of course, understanding and insight of the significant help. It will actually help BJP in a big way because he has the entire area, he knows the entire area, as they say, like the back of his hand. Of course, left with no ally this time, including no PDP, nothing. Mehbooba Mufti is also facing a pushback and a rebellion from long-time loyalists over her candidature and selection, including that of her own daughter. And that is proving to be a big problem for Mehbooba Mufti. She, of course, as we know, nominated her 37-year-old daughter, Iltija Mufti, from the Sri Gufwara Bijbehara constituency, which is located in the Anantnag district of South Kashmir. It is actually going to vote in the first phase of the elections on September 18th. so she does not have much time. Of course, this particular seat, what we talked about, is considered to be a family bastions of the Muftis, with Mehbooba's father and the party's founder, Mufti Muhammad Saif, having first won this election in 1967, then as a Congress candidate, and his daughter, Mehbooba Mufti, claimed victory in 1996. The family is said to have some deep roots and good connections in this area, with Iltija's father, Javed Shah, also hailing from this area. Mehbooba Mufti's decision to field her daughter, of course, has caused a lot of problems for her. It has stirred a lot of discontent, as Abdul Rahman Bhatt, who had held the seat earlier and served as a minister, now plans to contest as an independent candidate from the Sri Gufwara, Bijbehara constituency. PDP, of course, tried to mollify him by offering him a ticket, but then he was not interested in Anantnag East. He wanted the seat particularly. Since this will be Iltija's first election, Mehbooba Mufti was very keen that she should win from what is considered a very safe constituency, and that is why the seat was selected for her. But Veery, as he is known better, could complicate matters if he decides to file his nomination for that seat, and he will create a lot of problems for the Mufti family. Definitely one needs to look forward and see where things go from here, because it is not just the Bijbehara voters that have a problem with the Muftis now. The PDP has problems in many other areas, including many senior members who have also expressed dissatisfaction with the ticket distribution and candidate selections. Of course, we know that Suhail Bukhari actually has resigned after his tickets from Sangrama constituency in North Kashmir was given to another person. That was Barshad Bukhari, who actually is a turncoat of sorts, because he was in PDP in 2019, joined the National Conference, then went for a short trip to Sajid Lone's People's Conference, and then, of course, like a good boy, returned back to PDP last year. Bukhari had won this seat twice earlier, and that is might be one of the reasons why Mehbooba considered him as a safe bet and gave him the ticket. But then there could be a rebel factor at play there. And remember, there is also Congress and the NC combined there. It all will be kind of a khichdi right now. In fact, many PDP members, including the former MLA, Ejaz Mir, have defected to the Awami Ittehad party of the Baramulla independent MP. Remember him? Engineer Rashid, or better known as Rashid Sheikh. Rashid Sheikh, or Engineer Rashid, was arrested in 2019 on terrorism funding charges and currently is in Tihar jail. He's asking for a bail right now to kind of campaign during the elections. And that bail application is likely to come up this week. Rashid, of course, had won the election from the Lok Sabha seat from Baramulla, which was a stunning victory of sorts. And that actually prompted a lot of heartburn in Kashmir because he defeated Omar Abdullah. Whatever said and done, ladies and gentlemen, one thing is for clear. The Jammu Kashmir election promises to be a cracker of a contest. Be it BJP, be it the National Conference, Congress combined, or the PDP, or Engineers Party. All are in the fray. We will have to wait till October first week to learn where things go from here. Will it be a peaceful elections? Will there be violence, which is expected? Because Pakistan will throw in all that they have into ensuring that the elections are kind of disturbed. But then the Modi government has a job at hand. Not only to keep the law and order safe, but of course, try and get BJP a respectable number of seats. And that's going to be a tall task. Thank you for watching. Jai Hind.